In 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody.
Guess who's back?
Back again? Shady's back?
Lynn is back.
Oh, God, don't do it.
Tell your friends. Rub my back. Rub my back.
What is wrong?
I'm sorry.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm D.
This is Lynn.
We're Project Airwaves.
Mhm.
It's been a minute.
Quite a while.
We missed you. I know you missed us, all 26 of you.
I would hope so.
We're back. This is going to be like a catch-up episode. Because as much as that's going on in the world that we would love to talk about,
Yeah, we'll get to here.
we have a whole lot more life going on.
The world's not going anywhere, so a little bit of a hiatus. We had some things we had to take care of.
That was a very fortunate miscommunication.
Yeah, because we had recorded back in December, and within the first week of January, we were kind of talking back and forth, and then the radio traffic shut down. And I'm thinking, all right, well, he's busy, I'm busy. And then I get a text like February, like, hey, man, checking on you. I'm like, checking on me?
Where you at?
Yeah. It's like, I already said something back to you. Like, oh,
you okay? So, yeah, we both took some time. Much needed because I'm going to keep talking about it until it's done. We're starting our business, our drive school. And we just turned in all our paperwork to DMV. We're waiting for the green light, and it's off to the fucking races.
Yeah, no. D was giving me a little bit of a rundown of what they're doing, man. And it's an awesome thing. I can't stress this enough that being your own boss, independent, practically entrepreneurs, like, it's rare, like you're a 5%er, that outlier and few and far between, be able to actually run a business and be successful with it and then actually get up and going is pretty fucking exciting. And not a lot of people can do that.
It's been a scary adventure because, of course, it's almost like we're kids again. Like me and my girl will talk, and it's like, both of us quit our jobs, and I was like, I feel like we're playing hooky, and the truancy officer is going to come knocking on the door.
Man, I don't know how. It would take me a good month to reestablish in my brain, because your constant instinct when you've been working for so long, you're 9 to 5 under another company, is, okay, I have work. Wait, I don't. I'm waking up in a panic thinking I need to go to work. Wait, I don't.
Yes, every day. Like, I look at her, because I'll wake up at like 4 a.m. I'm like, fuck, I got it. Cool.
You're not there.
There's no alarm.
You know what's scary about that is that your brain, as an adult, has been programmed to be scared that you're going to be late for work. And that shouldn't be a thing. Yes,
and that's what me and, well, I guess I should just, say it like it is. I mean, nothing's official. But me and my fiance, we were talking about, how we've been working for so long. And, yeah, I get it. Our generation hasn't worked nearly as hard as, say, those back in like the 40s, 50s, 60s moving on. But it's one of those things of, we're so programmed to go to work. When you don't go to work, your mind, like Lynn said, you have to reprogram yourself. It's like you break for a moment, because it's like those few days I woke up and I was just like, I'm free. I felt like Neo from the Matrix. Like a machine's going to come screw a thing in the back of my head.
Yeah.
It's not something I want to brag about, because it's a teeter-totter. We're walking the razor's edge. On one hand, we have success. On the other hand, we have absolute failure and defeat.
Right.
And it's so easy to just slip and it's over.
Right.
So it's kind of nerve-wracking, like, okay, cool, I'm putting everything on the line because I believe in this. And it's just a refreshing feeling that I want to be able to share with others. It's different. It's different. It's not one of those things where you just like, oh, I'm just lazy all day and all I do is sit around and eat Cheetos and play video games.
No,
I don't.
Yeah, you're actively pursuing a career, like a future.
Yes.
It's not like you're just, I'll message him and be like, hey, what's going on, or how's things going, and then you're just, we're doing this, this is here, that is here. A lot of people would take the latter and be like, okay, I'm off, so I'm just going to kick back, relax.
Yeah.
And that's the opposite from what I'm hearing from both of you guys, which is fucking, it's cool.
We gotta break the system, you know what I mean? And it's empowering, because I feel like I'm going to be in a position to help others follow their dreams, and that's all I've ever wanted. So y'all, if you're listening, if you're a religious believer, pray for me. Pray for our business. Also, if you have teenagers that need to learn how to drive, I'll leave all the information in the description. Moving forward. All right, Lynn, you're going to kick it off. So what's been going on with you these past 2 months? Technically 3.
Well, that little hiatus that we took, when you get a position and you're making more money and you think, what is it, more money, more problems?
Yes.
All of a sudden, you think you have extra money. Not that I'm making any extra money. Let's not get that twisted. No extra cash flow came into play. I got more work dumped onto my lap through work. and me thinking that the 2 times a week that we were meeting for the podcast that I didn't have any extra downtime. I was like, okay, so when that break came through, I was like, perfect, I have these 2 extra days. That got ate up so fucking quick. I can't think of a time where I get home and I'm just doing nothing.
Yes.
And if I am, I'm dying on the couch. I'm like knocked out. I get home, shower, eat, fall asleep at 6, wake up at 1 a.m. or 11 p.m. I'm going right back to bed, going right back to work.
The wheel.
Yeah, exactly. It's that consistency and momentum of just trying to find basic stability. Even I was talking to D about it. Work's been progressively overloading the small team that we have for a multi-billion-dollar company because we don't generate revenue. Some of the members unfortunately got kicked out, so now we're picking up double work for the same pay. I mean, yes, we can get overtime now, which is great, but now it's like mandatory.
It's overtime. That means you working beyond 40 hours. Yes. Most people don't want to do it.
No, and it's fucking illegal. It's like working in a fucking sawmill. I was showing D some of this stuff, and it's physical. It's not even like, and this is coming from someone that strength trains and grapples, but 4 to 5 days out of the week, all we're doing is just fighting. I showed D, like, we got gloves on, we're sparring, we're striking, we're grappling down to the ground all today for 8 hours. Not even an hour or two. It was 6 to 8 hours of just jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's too much.
It was ground defense, teaching officers, and it's fun every other week, but when you're doing it 4 or 5 days in a row with like one day, and that one off day you're not even not doing it, you're standing for 8 hours teaching.
Right.
It's become, I normally would only get mentally fatigued, but even D caught, like I'm walking in with a limp. I'm physically
you're
fatigued and mentally worn out. My body's like, all right, we're fucking done. Yeah. It needs to.
Because the human body isn't built to do this mundane work. But also on top of the mundane stuff you have to do on your computer, then you have to go and physically train other people. So it's not even like where you can kind of just like choke them and throw them off. They're going to keep coming at you. And then once you're done with that group, here comes another group. And they're coming at you. It's
the same thing.
It's
and it's
too
like,
much.
It's a cool camaraderie with these students because we're training like fucking 30 of them with only 3 or 4 of us in the class at a time. But it's the consistently of needing to feed children. You just, I need help here. Here's this, here's that. Yes. And they all want to test you because you're the one teaching. Like you're today, became the seafood. Like today and yesterday, there's one cat from T-Mobile, little kid. He's like 17, 18. You don't have to be 21 to work in security at T-Mobile because there's no casino, there's no gaming. So you can be
18. Okay.
You can be 18 and up. We're doing that drill I've showed you called, like, it's pretty much the circle of death. They call it the survival of the fittest, but we call it COD.
Absurd.
And you have to fight for 2 minutes in this fucking circle. And we tell them, we teach them the strikes: elbows, knee, edge, fist, palm, heel strike, all that stuff, punches. And the grappling didn't come until today, but this was all yesterday. You got 8 bag holders circling you, and there's one in the center. The one in the center has to close his eyes, each bag holder 1 through 8 or 11. You call them out one at a time, and you got to fight your way through these bag holders.
With your eyes closed?
No. Your eyes are closed for the minute, so you don't see where the bag holders are coming from.
Okay.
The minute you open your eyes, it's 2 minutes. You'll hear 1, and someone will buzz, and they'll come in and have to start fucking fighting. 6, then the next one will come through.
No.
I always give this analogy to the students when we're training them. I was like, if you're not professionally trained, as an adult, you got about 30 seconds of strong, solid stamina. You're an adult, you're strong, you're physical, you can kind of fight it out. Once you hit about a minute, you become a teenager. You have a little bit of strength. You're strong, but you're lazy. You don't want to do a whole lot. You're kind of whatever. Once you hit about a minute and 30, you become a child.
You're gassed.
You're so exhausted trying to just fight off. And then if you have, like, one of the biggest fight capitals of the world, you have a trained fighter that comes in accustomed to 3 to 5 minutes.
Right.
I just got to defend you for a minute and 30. And then I say, all right, I'm going to fight you now. And you're like, you're looking at them like, I've been fighting you for a minute and 30. Get down on the ground. No. Punches them right in the face, single legs them down. This is what we do with the officers, because what corporate was doing, or what the casinos are doing, is because COVID, the pandemic has pushed its limit to the point now where it no longer needs a shotgun blast of officers. They don't need quantity anymore because they come in. It's the bottom of barrel garbage people that were coming from like McDonald's
all your money.
Yeah, they're coming in there with just, they got their kids on their fucking hips. They're in wife beaters and slides trying to get a job in security. They come in. They go to the property. They don't like the strictness of a property, and they fucking quit. So we waste our time training them. The turnover rate was fucking crazy. Like for 100%. Out of a 1 out of 10 ratio, only 3 of them, we would pass all 10. They would go to the property, and only 3 would survive within a 9-day period. So they came down with the hammer, changed the program, make it more aggressive. We want quality officers, not quantity.
Yes.
So we're being told to just fucking murder these guys. So this kid's jumping in.
I mean, it sounds great.
It's overkill. You're putting a Band-Aid on something that needs surgery.
Yes.
It's the company's way of trying to be like, okay, let's fix this now because crime's gotten so bad. Officers can do this and this, blah, blah, blah. Pretty much this kid comes in trying to be a kid, jumping around, throwing kicks and knees, flying knees and stuff. We're trying to tell him, stay stationary when you're doing your strikes. Right. Bide your time. He's just throwing combos and turning over punches and kicks. And he's a minute in, but he's not breathing. We're telling him you got to breathe in between. And he's little, so every single time a bigger bag holder would come in, he would jump in the air and try to knee. Well, one of the big bag holders came in. He does the same thing 2 minutes in or like a minute 30 in, and this bag holder just poof, hits him in the fucking face and flips him.
Nice.
So he hits the ground, and you see him smack his head. And everybody sees it, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to call the buzzer and just time him out.
Right.
He looks around, kind of shakes off, and just like, no. Wants to go finish it. And I'm like, all right. So he's got like 20 seconds left.
Stay down.
Well, they're supposed to fight through it, air quotes. Yeah, but he gets up. I tell him, stay planted.
Right.
Focus on your combos.
Right.
He fucking does it again. Goes up in the fucking air, gets laid out again. So I hit the buzzer.
That's the whole point, yeah.
He's standing up. We're getting ready to transition to the next person because this is like a 2-hour drill. You're running every officer through for a minute and 2 minutes, and there's like fucking 30 or 40 of them. This kid stands up and then just blacks out.
Gone.
Hits the fucking wall.
He probably had a concussion.
We haven't had that happen yet. So my partner Diego looks over like, oh shit, and I'm trying to see what's going on, and they're slinging him over on their shoulders and literally having to drag him out into the kitchen. And I'm thinking, fuck, we're going to get in trouble. You know, one of the managers happens to pop by, my boss and another person. Like, what happened? And like, well, we should fucking jumping around. He got hit, blah, blah, blah. And we're thinking, okay, we're going to have to do medical. We're going to get in trouble. My boss goes, was it part of the drill? The bigger boss comes in, was it part of the drill? We're like, yeah. They're like, all right, patch him up, send him home.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm like, this kid looked like he had died.
Yes, it's
and I'm just,
Bloodsport
they're
now,
just
dude.
like, no, just, if he dies, he dies. Just let him run. And I'm like, damn, man.
Throw him in the pit.
So to sum that up, this kid came back, and we're getting better quality officers. This kid comes back. He's a kid, mind you. He's stubborn, didn't want to listen. Comes up. We're trying to work nice with him today. I'm teaching jiu-jitsu to the class today. We're doing just basic sweeps and trips and stuff. And I'm down on the ground showing him how hooks work underneath the leg to stop your
With
target.
your feet.
Yeah, so you use your feet as hooks underneath the leg.
Flare them out.
Yes, you flare them out. So then now a subject that's trying to stack you is now stuck trying to straddle to get to you, and they can't pass. It makes it miserable for someone trying to get on top of you. So I can pull guard and flip you and start attacking you from there. So I'm showing it, and all the students are like, wow, this is great. Let's take all this information. So he comes in. He comes in and tries to grab my leg and pull it up. And I tell him, like, hey, chill. I'm trying to teach this move. No.
What?
He drops to the ground and tries to leg lock me. And I know leg locks because I've been doing this for quite a while. I don't have a lot of them. I got arm triangles and arm bars and triangle chokes, Kimuras, Americanas, all kinds of different submissions. I got 2 or 3 leg locks because leg locks are super dangerous. That's how I tore my meniscus. If you get stuck in a leg lock where someone's holding your leg and holding your foot and turning it one way,
it's pulling.
They'll tool. It's not so much the pull. It's if I lock up your leg and I pinch my knees together and I turn my body one way and turn the leg the other way, it tears the muscles.
Okay.
So you have to know how to lock it in perfectly, and you have to be, it's a very advanced move. You don't teach it to basic white belts because if you did it to kids, they'd mangle everybody.
I didn't understand.
My knee got tore up because I went against a white belt forever ago. He leg locked me. I tried. The only way to get out of that is you have to roll and get them to fucking loosen up. I tried to roll one way, he rolled the other way, and that tore my meniscus in half. So this little shit grabs me, half-ass leg lock. There's when you leg lock somebody, there's a leg lock, there's a toe hold, calf slicer, heel hook. Yes. And then there's a heel hook, and then there's an ankle lock, right? So there's multiple things on there.
Okay.
I can do, and there's a knee bar. So that's,
Joy.
I can do a calf slicer, and I can do a heel hook. I don't know the rest of them because they're too complex. So he locks my leg and starts extending it out.
No.
And I got irritated, so I got him in a heel hook, grabbed it, and with heel hooks, you can't lock your leg and turn one way. The subject that's attacking you can't finish a submission because it puts them in danger.
Yes.
So if you do it, you're only putting yourself deeper into
I'll
my
just snap your
submission.
shit.
Exactly. So I lock it in, and all the students that are kind of fucking around look at me, and they're watching what's happening, and I'm telling this kid to stop. No, because I want to show that I can beat you, blah blah blah. So I sink in the heel hook, and I look at him, and I was like, you need to tap or let go. And I feel him start to arch. He's like, he's trying to mangle me. So all I have to do, his pull is like he's trying to pull and turn.
Right.
I just do this. And I hear his heel pop. And I panic. I'm thinking, fuck, I broke his ankle. Because he let go, he let out a yelp. Everybody heard it. They thought, it sounded like bubble wrap.
Right.
And everybody popped up. He gets up to go put his weight, and his leg gives out. And I'm like,
oh, shit.
So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get fired. I'm in trouble. I broke this kid's
hurts.
fucking ankle. He gets up and he starts moving around and sits down, and I go to check on him. I'm like, okay, let's go get the medical paperwork, blah, blah. And he goes, no, I'm fine. I'm like, no, you're not, dude. Like, I saw that. And he goes, no, look, see, I can stand. I was like, look, I'll let you walk around and stand 10, 15 minutes. If it's an issue, we got to do a medical, because I'm guaranteeing you.
Bro, why are you such a tryhard?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that this injured you. He runs the whole class. Like, it's fine. It's no different when I tore my meniscus. Remember how I was out for... Oh, yeah. I was still actively doing things, and it wasn't until I kept...
slower.
I was slower. I kept feeling pain. You can, surprisingly, if you tear any kind of ligaments and stuff like that, the body can still function. It's just, it's not going to be the same. You have to get surgery to fix it.
I mean, but on that had to have been like, what, adrenaline?
Yeah, and towards the end of it, you could see him limping. Everybody's keeping on him. All the students said, too. The students were saying, like, hey, if management comes, we'll vouch for you because you told him to stop, he wouldn't stop, and your leg was in danger. And I was like, yeah, so I fucking stopped him.
Right.
Well, he was limping around and like, hey, I want to apologize. I wanted to test it. You're obviously real. Can I get an ice pack? I'm like...
Come on now.
I told him, I was like, if you do this shit tomorrow, we're going to fail you. Yeah. Because this just tells me when you get to property, you're going to start fucking
immature.
You're going to start attacking guests. Yes. And it's just not okay.
Right.
But long story short, that's how these classes have been. I can only physically fight with people so often. Yes. And now it's like I'm feeling that pull and that pain of him bullshitting a leg lock.
Right.
And doing these strikes and combos. It's just...
Well, and that's the problem. And we've talked about this multiple times, and I'll keep it brief, but, yes, doing security is not necessarily the hardest job in the fucking world, but when you're doing good security...
It's from 0 to 100. You'll go from having nothing to do to way too much to do.
It's different. People, like, I've trained people, and unlike Lynn, who has this beautiful office he can go to, I had to train people on the job. So we're in the field. We're on the Vegas Strip, yada, yada, yada. Y'all already know how it goes. We're working from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., and I'm training these fucking young little tryhards who just fucking barely started growing pubic hair, and they're out here thinking they can go fucking jump on the back of a drug dealer, of a pimp or a prostitute, and it's like, bro, you will get stabbed or shot. You have no idea what the fuck you're up against.
Right.
First and foremost, you need to use your words, know what you have as far as your tactics in your back pocket.
Right.
The goal is to never use it. It's just like Kung Fu. You know it, but the goal is to never have to use it. That's the whole point. But I've talked about it in a previous episode. Had a young kid thinking he could handle himself, jumped into a group full of people. His wallet happened to get snatched, and next thing we know, there's a prostitute with his wallet, and she took the money, chucked it in the street. Passerby grabbed it and turned it in. I'm like, see, you don't know who you're fucking with, dude. You're over here jumping in the middle of shit. You didn't assess the situation. You didn't know the crowd. You didn't know your exits. You were outnumbered and overwhelmed. So if anybody decided to jump, you were done.
Right.
On top of that, you got your wallet stolen by a prostitute who you weren't even seeing. So it's like, you can't just go into that job and think you're fucking Bruce Lee. You're not Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're a fucking tadpole in a pool full of fish.
Right.
You need to learn how to navigate that shit, or someone's going to whoop your ass. And I'm going to leave it there.
It's a lot of that. It's a younger mentality. You're getting a lot of people that are coming in, and they're even with some of the older people where we're not the older people, but you're getting people that are going into a profession that they never really wanted to sign up for to begin with.
Correct.
It's to collect. Correct. It's collect a check. It's very. You're there to do as much as possible with the bare minimum effort of just, okay, I'm here, let me do my job, let me collect money and leave. And a lot of these companies now, because they're trying to rebuild from the ground up, they want the best of the best. You're not going to get that. Honestly, you're going to get that, but you're not going to get that for what you think you're paying for.
You'll get it in time.
Yeah.
You'll get it in time.
They don't want to foot the bill, man. Even with the company that we have now, it's like it's a multi-billion-dollar company. They own 80% of the fucking strip, and but I got told in a very smart way, this company is owned by investors. I wish I didn't know. I know that the Wynn and Caesars, even the Fertittas that own all the station casinos, they're all independently owned, so they can pay very well and take care of their employees. Investors move things around because, and I knew that because Mandalay, that's not, it's owned, but they rent it out to a company called Black Ridge. So each property is being leased through other investors.
Third
The
party.
last thing they're going to do is fucking foot the bill for security or anybody else to make
Of
more money.
course, of
Which
course.
sucks, because then it's like, you put in all this energy and effort and hard work, and they're pretty much saying, well, hey, we liked what you did for us. We appreciate it, but you can fuck off now. We'll get somebody else. They're not going to be as good as you, but they'll fill the slot until we can make more money.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
That's why
the worth is not worth the while.
Well, and that's why I decided to go the whole self-employment route.
You were in a heavy hitter too. This is not a small company.
It's not a small company, but at the same time, I was in a similar situation to you, where my group, while we were useful, we didn't generate revenue.
No.
So even though the job we were doing was very high level, high caliber,
I fucking hate.
we weren't
that.
getting paid enough, and we were getting treated like shit.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, a part of me, when Lynn first got his promotion, a part of me was like, okay, competitive mode, now I got to get promoted. But then I really thought about it, and I started talking to my supervisors and managers, and I'm like, nobody's fucking happy.
No.
Nobody.
No.
They have nice cars. A lot of them, well, some of them have nice cars. They come to work, they do their job, and it's like they go home and do whatever, but they never come in. They're never just like glowing or beaming with brightness, and it's not like, oh, hey, guys, I'm so happy to see every single one of you today.
Right.
It's never like that. It's like, all right, we're here. Let's get this over
I
with.
had a talk with my boss earlier at the end of today, and like I said, our department is, because it's like it exists, but it doesn't. It's very, very small. I only have 3 people above me. The main guy is the global security. He runs security over the entire world. That's the head honcho. Below him is my director. Below her, shift manager, and then below her is my boss. So I only have 4 people above me. Most jobs you go to, like when I was just an officer, there's like fucking 10 ahead of you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at the bottom of the food chain in that department as far as it comes, but I'm at the top above. I'm on a different plate where I'm not equaled with basic officers and managers, but I'm not up there with the fucking executives. So I was talking to my ASM today. One of the reasons why I'd gotten that job was because of her, because I used to train as a property instructor, and anytime they would call me, I would come. She's like, your experience is good. This is why she came in. She's one of the ones that created this little department with the new shift manager. Even she's at that mentality state now where she's like, she wants to get the fuck out.
Yes.
And that sucks, is when you hear your management telling you, hey, I'm unhappy. She's like, I care about you guys. I love you guys. I'm here to back you. But at the same time, my happiness, this is a very toxic environment.
Yes.
And you're having your supervisors tell you that, where everybody is saying, like, there is no optimism. They even had some bullshit thing where the executive manager, the director, was like, we need to get out, cancel. They were calling it backbiting, because everybody's unhappy, so you talk amongst one another because you're unhappy.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's considered, air quote, gossip.
Yes.
So they're like, oh, you need to stop gossiping. If you don't complain sideways, complain up. Who the fuck am I supposed to complain up?
Really?
Yes, because you complain up.
Because you're going to do something, right?
You complain up, you either get retaliated on, they fucking make you miserable and make you want to quit, or you get fired, or you complain up, and the only person that listens is the owner of the whole security. Yeah.
And nobody.
Yes,
cares.
God himself. It's never going to get changed.
It's
And that's
not on record.
what my boss pretty much said to Gabe, because one of my coworkers, unfortunately, she got kicked out. She was good at her job. She was very sweet, very driven. She just would be emotionally driven with a lot of stuff that she would do. And she got pushed in a corner where she just couldn't fucking handle the bullshit anymore, got pushed out. And my boss pretty much said the same thing. She took the wrong approach.
Yeah.
She wanted to throw fit and file HR cases of all the harassments and all the bullshit going on. And she's like, realistically, what do you think is going to come from that?
You got to take that shit to the chin, yo.
You throw it out there into the ether. You think you're doing the right thing. Legal and HR look at it. They shoot it up to the main guy because there's no one else above us. Main guy says, yeah, this sucks, but if I admit that the people that I hired are wrong, which are our bosses, it makes him look bad.
I'm wrong.
Someone push it right back down. Yeah. And then you're stuck twiddling your fucking thumbs.
Yes.
And all that fighting, now just put a target on your back.
Yes.
So it's realistically, if you have a complaint, you got to shut the fuck up.
And that was me. That's what
I've never been in a
that's
position
the straw
like
that broke
before.
the camel's back.
Never have I been in a position like that before.
And I agree. Because normally, like me and Lynn were raised very traditional. Shut the fuck up, do your job, keep your head down, stay under the radar.
Right.
Hopefully you get promoted. If so, great. If not, keep it pushing. And so it got to that point where I'm at this job and I'm showing up and I'm busting my ass, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I wasn't fucking the best of the best of the best with honors, but I was good of fucking enough. I was putting in work, blah, blah, blah. But it was almost like I would do a big project, get seen by like the big wigs. They'd tap me on the shoulder, slap me on the ass. Good job, slugger.
That's all it fucking
And then
is.
after the project's over, fucking crickets, tumbleweed.
Yes.
I'm like, so about that promotion because of that project I did, did you get that thing I sent you?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah. We'll get back to you on that.
They don't feed anything. One of my coworkers,
Bro, no.
she does this the best because she's like the admin of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
She, anytime our bosses or like the main ASM, because she's close with us, she'll start trying to push out, like trying to be positive information and stuff. And Brandy will just straight blatantly say, "It's like, quit trying to fucking feed us the Kool-Aid, dude. We're not here to drink it. It's
That's
not
facts, yo.
I'm not taking it. Put it down like it is, because the more you try to sugarcoat this, the more we're gonna hate you when we realize that it isn't that way.
Well,
Everybody's just prepared to be miserable,
showing their ass, and you have to be like, yeah.
No, and I
at
can't.
one point in time, bro, because I'm still just gonna try and keep it private as possible. My previous employer, they had put out a newsletter. They're like, we made so much money in 2020 that we are not charging our customers some type of shipping tax or something.
They made so much money because shipping was
everybody
the only thing you had.
Went into the company, because we had you have like a group where you can just send in your little personal group bubble, or you can send it out to the whole company. So we have a company website where anybody can post. People were furious. They're like, so you can give customers,
but you can't give a fucking raise. Oh, dude, it's like that anywhere, because they want to use that form of revenue with more customers. Like, oh, I don't have to pay for shipping. I'm gonna buy more shit. It's gonna boost them. They're not gonna, and that's UPS is also an investing company in itself.
Oh yeah.
So
shares.
When we were hearing that, our managers and all the directors and stuff were getting a bonus, but then our department got nothing. Like our team, not our department, our managers got a raise,
of course,
or a bonus. We didn't get anything.
Nope.
We were all saying the same thing. Like, well, then what the fuck are we doing? Because if we weren't the ones here teaching, they wouldn't be here to do the job.
That's it.
It's always going to be an outlier of how much can you take until you decide to jump ship. My biggest thing is I'm turning 34 in like 2 weeks. Right. Thanks. I don't want to have to restart from scratch again, getting another part-time job. It's just, I can't. I don't want to reestablish and show who I am and my value. I've been with this company for close to 7 years now, which is the longest I've ever been with a company.
Yep.
So I've established and I've grown. I can't level up anymore because there's no positions available.
Yes.
This is the first time I've been in a department where there are just no positions.
Right.
I can't move anywhere unless somebody either fucking gets fired, quits, or dies.
Yes.
And that's just unfortunate, but that's the truth at that point.
Well, it's like you're not the king, but you're in like the royal inner circle,
right?
And you're like, I don't want to leave that, then start as a peasant
I
again.
want to sit at the round table with King Arthur and all the fucking knights, but the table's full, so I'm a squire standing next to the knights.
But you're still there.
Yes, I'm there absorbing information.
It's better than being on the streets, begging and eating table scraps.
And no,
you know what
it's like the only other option would be to go back to property, become a shift manager or a chief, because the chiefs the chiefs would be, if we're doing the whole the noblemen of the royalty or the older age style. If King Arthur, which is the global security guy, had his knights, that's all the executives around there. The chiefs of the property casinos would be like knights at different kingdoms. They're all reporting to the main kingdom, which is where King Arthur's at. The chiefs are there, and anytime King Arthur needs them, the chiefs will come and assist, but they still got their own kingdom. They
still have their own little land.
Yes. So I would have to go to another kingdom, still under the same person.
Yes,
but I would have to become a director or a chief, which is great. And you're clearing six figures and making money, but that just it's there's no openings. Everything's locked in because these are the cush jobs. You don't got to do anything.
I was gonna say, how often do those?
It's fucking rare. They had a mass hiring of it last year, a couple months ago, and I should have pulled the trigger and jumped onto it, but I was dedicated to this new program, thinking that money was going to come, that we were going to get promotion and stuff like that, and then I found out it didn't.
Look, this is the way we roll. You were loyal.
Yes, I was.
You were loyal to the person that got you the job, and that's just the way it's always going to be. It's, if you take care of me, I don't care if they're offering me a brand new car, I'm going to stand by you because you got me here to even be in that position to accept that offer.
Correct.
So yeah, it's a loyalty thing, but at the same time, it's like I'm ready to stop doing that, but it's not like I could just say, "Oh, today I'm done working." It was me and my fiance had to talk about this. We had to come up with a fucking plan. We had to come up with money. We had to figure shit out on the fly because it's not like those YouTube ads or videos where it's like, "Oh yeah, Squarespace, start your own business." It's none of that shit. We're breaking into an industry which is predominantly male dominated. Fine. It's also not a big industry, a not well-known industry. Even when I tell people now we're starting a drive school, they still look at me sideways like, so you teach people how to drive? Yeah. And you go, yeah, we give them instructions, we teach them rules of the road, safety, blah, blah, blah. And they still look at you like, but but why would somebody need to learn how to drive?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I know it's hard to understand, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
And so it's like I had to be convinced.
Mm-hmm.
She had to be convinced, and then we had to take a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of the scariest part about it. We went from knowing we had a retirement, knowing we had a guaranteed check. For me, it was weekly. You know what I mean? As long as I worked 40 hours. However, on the flip side, like I was telling Lynn, I've never felt more comfortable as far as my mental frame of mind.
The mental health, and I'm learning this deeper and deeper that I'm going into this. Me and Darius are on two separate planets when it comes to... He's self-employed with the mental clarity to be able to function and actually live happy. And I'm in the deepest pocket of the corporate world.
Yes.
Mentally fatigued.
You climbed the ladder.
Exactly. Like I've dumped into hell and he's gone up into heaven. And we're learning,
kind of.
we're being able to kind of like move around with that. And it's like I can feel how they're feeling, and it's nice and refreshing because everything else around me is just... I feel like I feel a pessimist like that.
Yes.
Point. I don't like to complain about being tired, and I barely just got back from back home in Ohio, and it was sad. I was out there and I was with my friends and family, and they're all married with kids and have good jobs and they're making great money, and it's obviously the place they live. There's more availability, more opportunity and stuff, opposed to this town where it's like it's not about what you know. Yeah, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. Going out there, having fresh air and feeling better. Even my brother, because my brother and his girlfriend came with us, even they were saying like you seem different out here. I didn't need coffee or energy drinks. I didn't need anything.
Right.
I was sleeping normal. I would get up. I felt good.
Yes.
I was under good company. There was no negativity. All my friends and family were paying for everything, which was new for me. So it's like coming from that and knowing I had to come back here, it made me feel so sad. I have people who love me and care about me here, of course. Don't get that twisted. I'm not trying to take away from that. It's just the carefree of just mental, there was nothing to worry about when I was out there. And I would try to be like, oh, let me pay for this. Like, no, okay, well, let me drive us here. No, we're picking you up. We're paying for this. You're doing this. We'll stop here. We'll do this. Whatever you want to do, we'll do. Yes. Everything was accommodated to me being happy without me asking for it.
Yes.
And that is so rare when it's like here, it's like I have to look for happiness at the right time and embrace it in. And when I'm with people I care about and love, I am happy generally, but it's only, I get that in pockets. Yes. And then I'm thrown back into the fucking fray. Let's go. Exactly. It's an out of body experience.
Yes. Like, you feel like Ichigo.
Well, I was thinking like Doctor Strange where the monk hits him and projects his body out. Yeah, I get projected out of my fucking body and I'm like, oh fuck, this is nice. This is great. And all of a sudden I get sucked right back in. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I'm normal again. Yeah, I didn't want to be. And,
speaking of Ichigo, did you know that they had 2 episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho that came out in 2018?
Yu Yu Hakusho or Bleach? Because you said Ichigo.
Oh, Ichigo. I'm thinking Bleach. Have you watched that yet?
What do you mean?
Oh my God!
Confused.
Sorry. I'm thinking Yusuke.
Yes.
We'll sidebar this later. Bleach, 1,000-Year War. That's on Hulu. It came out a couple months ago.
Isn't that
phenomenal?
Isn't that the
it's 13
Shinigami versus what's his name?
It's
Glasses Boy.
So it's Quincy's versus it's the Quincy King.
Yes.
It is phenomenal.
Yes.
There's only 13 episodes. You can burn through it relatively quickly. Yeah. The fights look good.
Well, people were losing their shit over the manga.
The fights are phenomenal. They're killing off characters left and right.
Doesn't Kenpachi get a
Kenpachi gets something. He
gets a Bankai.
He gets his own Bankai. Rukia's brother, he dies.
What?
Yeah, like on the second episode, he dies because there's Quincy's that are able to steal their Bankai, so they use it against him, and they get ripped apart. Old man, what's his name?
The fire dude?
Oh my God, dude.
No.
There's a fight with him on the 3rd or 4th episode fighting the Quincy, and it is beautiful.
Really?
I'm talking like I was showing it to the girl when we were watching it, and then she was like, "What is this?" These fights were just so clean. When he dies,
you feel it.
Oh, he gets cut in half, like ripped in half.
What?
Oh my God, you have to watch it. I'm telling you, if you please. I need
Yamamoto or something.
I need you to watch it so we can talk about it in the next episode.
Okay.
At least the first 4 episodes.
Oh no, we're gonna do a review. We're gonna do a full on review.
So sad.
Let's go.
So good. It's beautiful. It's on. Do you have Hulu?
Oh yeah.
It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. Subbed and dubbed.
So now, since you put something on me, I'm gonna put something on you. It's on HBO Max. Do you have that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Fringe. F-R-I-N-G-E.
No, I don't have HBO Max. I used to, but I don't.
That's fine. I'll give you my login. It's fine. We can do this. It's called Fringe.
Okay.
It's a sci-fi detective show. It's great.
Sounds familiar.
It's deep. It's really deep because it deals with alternate universes much better than the MCU is handling
TV
it.
series.
So
it looks familiar.
It came out in 2010.
It got pretty good ratings too. 90%.
It's old, but it came out in I guess 2010. That's not really old, but I guess for some people it might be.
I know Olivia Dunham.
Dunham.
Walter Bishop, he's good too. He was in Harry Potter.
He was in Lord of the Rings.
Joshua Jackson, I know. Oh, Lance Riddick, I know him too. Damn, there's a lot of heavy hitters in here.
Bro, there's a lot. Homeboy from Star Trek. Spock. Leonard Nimoy.
What?
Live long and prosper.
Yeah,
he's on that show.
I don't see him. Well, he died already, but
no, he's on there.
They got the Iceman. They got Iceman from X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Does he have a twin brother? Look, Sean Ashmore and
I don't.
His twin brother.
A twin brother?
Yeah, the Iceman from X-Men has a twin brother.
Oh, is that the dude in the show?
Look, this guy and this guy. You don't recognize him? That was the guy that could freeze his whole body on X-Men.
Yeah.
It was like the X-Men 2 or something.
Who's the other guy?
They're same last names. I think that's a twin.
Well, who's the other guy?
Which one's the real Iceman?
I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry, we're getting sidetracked here. Anyways,
will the real Slim Shady please stand
we're
up?
getting sidetracked. All right, I'm. Oh, Chadwick Boseman's on here too.
No.
Yeah, and Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future.
They might be in the later because we're only on season 2.
Let me know.
We're on season 2, but yeah, it's really good. Okay, right. So yeah, we just kind of wanted to give you guys a quick little catch up. We're still pushing.
We're here.
It's just we're gonna start pushing in different directions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once upon a time, me and Lynn, we started this podcast and we were like, hey, we're gonna throw out positive vibes.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's more become a podcast about our life development and us changing.
It's realism in the realest way possible. We're genuine guys coming in with genuine information from both our experience, at least in the world. Like, I have a very large background with everything that is Vegas, and D's coming in with just the knowledge of one of the most knowledgeable people that I know. He's coming in practically as an entrepreneur trying to start a business from scratch, which a lot of people I know that talk a big game don't ever do it. And
right.
I'm physically seeing them pull the trigger and run through it.
Right.
Gives me anxiety just thinking about it. Like,
I know.
Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know how you do it, man, but every time I hear it, I'm like, all right. In the beginning, I'm like, all right, well, let's see when it comes. It comes. The next thing you know, hey, we did this. Hey, we did this. Here's our cars. Here's our LLC. I'm like, oh, shit. All right, well.
Yes. We got a baby.
Yeah,
like, that's how we're treating it. This is our baby.
Yeah.
And it's slowly coming along. So I'm very excited. Once again, that is New Beginning Drive Academy. I'll put all of our information in the description below. Also, I have a book. It's on Amazon, A Lost Mind Guided by a Tormented Soul. It's dark poetry. I'm working on a second book. It's going to take me a little bit of time because I handwrite my poetry and then I have to type it up. I feel, especially when writing poetry, I feel like I connect more with my poetry when I physically handwrite it out. So that's why it's going to be a little while. Not that anybody's really asking about it. Just putting it out there.
I'll take a copy when you get it.
Me and Lynn are going to be doing a lot more out and about type stuff. We, like Lynn said, 2023, we definitely want to do more videos so you can see more of our ugly faces and just kind of have more of a presence. If nothing else, just for those of you who are subscribed, who do tune in, we don't care if it's 1, 25, 100, a million. We want we want to be able to connect with everybody. So we're gonna be working on some stuff. We're Project Airwaves.
We're here.
I mean, come on, we're a project.
Mm-hmm.
A project in the works.
In the air.
Hello. All right. So if you haven't yet already, like, share, subscribe, go check us out on our other social media. We will be branching out into Twitter or Instagram. We'll be branching out on Instagram slowly but surely. We are old men, so it's taking us some time to catch up. Our tech talks have stalled, but we are picking that back up as well.
Social media, merch, all that stuff. It's going to start snowballing. It's going to start snowballing back up relatively soon. Now that we kind of have, we're getting the tracks going again.
Yes.
Time's always an issue, but it's a consistency is one thing that we always have. So we've been running this for close to 3 years now.
Yes, sir. We're not stopping.
We're still going. Not as fast as I'd like, but we're still moving.
So let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm D.
This is Lynn.
Keep your head in the clouds.
And keep your feet on the ground, always moving forward.
Should we change that?
What?
Our outro.
Let's edit it and then rediscuss it on the next episode.
We might have a new outro coming. All right. You guys tune in. All right. You did so good. We'll catch you in the next one. Signing out.
Bye.